What's going on, friends? It's your boy Danny Brasco Bets. You are live and direct right here at Pick Profit. So now you can't leave. What a day we had yesterday. Swept the board with the premium picks, 5-0, and we put out a new show, Lean It, Love It, Let's Get Lucky. Were you guys watching? Because we reviewed the entire NBA slate of games. We gave out picks that we're leaning towards, some picks that we love, picked a plus money underdog to get the upset win, and put together a plus 600 parlay. How did we do, you ask? My goodness. Hit a ton of the leans, hit both the picks that we love. Spurs upset the Celtics, so we get a plus 165 underdog cashing, and we hit the plus 600 parlay. Awesome show. Hyped to have you guys watching that. Make sure you tune in because we're going to run that at least once or twice a week and just arm you guys with knowledge and information more than anything. Whether you make the plays or not, come to Pick Profit as a reliable source for some sports betting intel. Let's get into the free pick of the day already. So got to get you guys another winner. Oh, speaking of winners, I'm 4-0 in the last 4 free picks. Let's make it a 5-piece. Back into the NBA we go. Here we go. I'm looking at the Lakers taking on the Pistons. Lakers 14-5 straight up, 10-9 against the spread. Pistons 4-14 straight up. So bad. 9-8-1 against the spread. So they stay in games at least. We looked at the Pistons yesterday in our free pick because they took on the Cavs, and that one cashed. We had Cavs -3. Pistons weren't able to hang in there with them. So how are they going to fare in this one against the Los Angeles Lakers? Well, both of these teams are now on the second leg of a back-to-back, so no rest here for either squad. What does that mean? Well, if we're looking at the spread, at least, the Lakers opened up at a -10.5 favorites, so double-digit favorites. They're now -9.5, so interesting there. But let's take a look at the Lakers first. They lost a heartbreaker yesterday to the 76ers. Now they'll now travel to Detroit for this one. That was their first road loss of the season. And, the Lakers were about 90% publicly bet. So heavy public team, and Vegas licks their chops and eats on that one. That's exactly why we took the Spurs in our show, for an upset victory over the Celtics, because they were also 90% publicly bet. So, sometimes good spots to fade the public there. They lost a heartbreaker in that one by 1 point, and it's a tough spot for them. So I'm feeling like they may come back, pretty motivated in this one after their first road loss of the season. This season, when the Lakers are off a loss, they're against the spread and straight up, they're 3-1 against the spread, off a loss, and 4-0 straight up after they lose a game. So they have yet to lose 2 games in a row. And now they're facing one of the, weaker, if not the weakest team in the NBA in the Detroit Pistons. And we'll have to keep our eye on the status of LeBron and AD. As I said, back-to-back game, the load management situation, always going to want to keep an eye. So watch out for, reports as we get closer to game time to see which one of them are going. But I think after a loss, I don't think both of them sit. Maybe LeBron sits, maybe AD sits. More likely LeBron in a back-to-back. Got to load manage, got to drink his red wine, obviously. But I don't think both stars sit. I think they'll be coming in hungry here for a victory after a really tough break for them. So taking a look at some statistical categories, Lakers are in top 10 of nearly every offensive stat category. They're 7th in total scoring, they're 3rd in field goal percentage, very efficient team, and they're 5th in shooting the 3 ball. So, they cash in at a high clip. Taking a look at the Pistons now, they're also, like I said, coming off a loss against the Cavs, in which we hit 2 bets, actually. My free pick, Cavs -3 hits, and for premium members, we had over 214.5. That cashes no problem as well. So getting dubs in that game. And, if we're looking at the Pistons, their defense is not good. And that's not a surprise to anybody. They're 23rd in total scoring allowed. They're 28th in field goal percentage against. So they're just getting absolutely run up against. And they're 26th in defending the 3 ball. Lakers shoot the 3 extremely well. Good luck with that, Pistons. And they're allowing 39.2% from 3-point range. So that's one of the higher clips in the NBA in terms of 3-point defense. They're 20th in total scoring on offense. So nothing to write home about necessarily. But sneakily, those numbers are trending up. They've actually dropped 107 points or more in 6 of their last 7 games. So that's not a crazy number, 107, but it does mean that they can put up some scoring in games. And they have some ability to put the ball in the bucket with, Jeremy Grant, Derrick Rose, and now they'll have Blake Griffin back in this one, it looks like. He sat yesterday, and they're going to get him on the second leg of a back-to-back in this contest. So he hasn't been all that this season, but, when he gets to go, and it's Blake Griffin, so that's another offensive piece for you. So let's conclude this one. Where do we want to make the play? Well, Both teams playing on back-to-back games. Listen to this record. The Lakers are 2-1 to the over with no rest, and Detroit is 3-1 to the over with no rest. A lot of the times, you think on a back-to-back, the legs might be gone for for the shooters, for the offense. But same can be said about the defense. Maybe defensive efforts lag a little bit in the second game. Dating back to last season, the Lakers are 8-4 against the spread with no rest. So that's pretty good. And the reason I bring that up is because they're minus 9.5 favorites. So if they're covering, if Vegas expects them to cover a big spread, and they have a great against the spread record, if it's a 10-point spread, that should mean that they put up a pretty big total, right? I'm not expecting a 90-80 game. What is this, 1994? I think that the Lakers will be good for, a good deal of points in this one. The total has gone over in 6 of Detroit's last 7 games. Last time these guys met, the total score was just 205. So it was a pretty low scoring game. Lakers won that 106-99, and it went well under because the total was set at 220. But the Lakers shot just 6 of 20 from 3-point range, and the Pistons shot just 37% from the field. So I expect both those things to tick up for sure. And the total now drops, from last game at 220. Now it's at 214.5 where they match up here. And it actually initially opened up at 205. Whenever that line dropped, I wish I was there to grab it because the books immediately changed that number. I imagine, a lot of money came in on the over. That number's up to 214.5. And I'm still going to take it there. So that's going to be the play. There's a lot of big money action if you track public betting. The public bets are, favored towards the over, but the big money, about 95% of the big money is on this over. So I'm going to play it too with the big cats. We're going over 214 in this game, 214.5, and that's going to be the free play today. I'm seeing scoring from both teams. Lakers motivated in this one. I think they put up 120 plus on the Pistons. Pistons are good for 100. They'll cover their share, and we cash the over. Over 214.5 is going to be the play. Stay locked in with Pick Profit, guys. We're on a roll. Free picks are hitting. Premium picks 5-0 yesterday, and new shows giving you guys information all the time. So got to be on this channel to be a smarter sports bettor. That's what we do here. Thanks for watching, y'all. Let's go get this money. Booyah, cash out.